Have you ever walked into an airport feeling confident, only to suddenly realize halfway through security that you're unknowingly breaking a brand new rule that didn't even exist last year? And what if I told you that in 2026 airports quietly rolled out over 15 new regulations that seniors are already struggling with? Not because they're careless, but because no one is explaining them clearly. And it's causing missed flights, surprise fines, embarrassing delays, and a whole lot of stress that could easily be avoided. So let's talk about what's really happening behind those shiny terminal walls, because things have changed fast, and most travelers over 50 don't even realize it yet. For example, one of the biggest shifts is the new biometric check-in system now being expanded across major airports where facial scans replace boarding passes in many locations. Sounds futuristic and convenient, right? But here's the problem. Many seniors still instinctively reach for paper documents, and when they do, the system flags them for manual processing, which can take up to 30 extra minutes and sometimes even secondary identity verification. And that's just the start, because in 2026, airports also introduced updated carry-on liquid scanning that no longer allows the old 3.4-ounce trick unless it passes through new AI scanners. And many seniors are unknowingly packing medications, creams, or medical liquids in containers that don't meet the new digital screening standards, causing them to be confiscated on the spot. Even prescription items in some cases, unless you've pre-registered them with TSA's updated medical travel portal, which most people don't even know exists yet. Then there's the new boarding zone behavior rules, where airlines are now enforcing strict penalties for lining up early before your zone is called, something many travelers do out of habit, especially older flyers who like to feel prepared. But in 2026, some airports are issuing warning notices or even delaying boarding privileges for repeat offenders. Crazy, right? And speaking of boarding, many airlines now require digital seat confirmations through their app at least 1 hour before departure. And seniors who prefer checking in at the counter are sometimes getting bumped to standby if those digital confirmations aren't completed, which feels incredibly unfair, but it's happening more than ever. Another quiet change is the updated ID compliance, where some states now require enhanced digital verification even if you have a real ID, meaning your ID is scanned and cross-checked with airline databases instantly. And if there's any mismatch, like an old address or a slightly different name format, boom, you're pulled aside for extra screening. And many seniors still use older IDs that haven't been updated in years, which is triggering these system flags nonstop. Then there's the new rule about airport curbside unloading, where some major airports have banned long stops completely, forcing passengers to unload in under 60 seconds or face fines. And seniors traveling with mobility aids or extra luggage are often caught in these rushed zones without realizing the policy changed, which leads to stressful situations with airport staff. And it doesn't stop there, because airports now have noise and behavior monitoring in certain terminals where loud phone calls or blocking walkways can result in warnings from automated systems or security personnel. And a lot of older travelers are shocked when they're approached for something that used to be totally normal. Plus, the introduction of smart baggage restrictions means suitcases with built-in lithium batteries are now banned unless the battery is removable, something many seniors bought years ago without knowing future rules would change. And when they show up in 2026 with these bags, they're forced to check them in special cargo or leave them behind entirely, which is heartbreaking sometimes. And don't forget about the updated medication labeling rule, where all prescription drugs must now be in original containers with scannable pharmacy codes. No more pill organizers through security in some airports. And this alone is catching thousands of senior travelers every week. Then there's the new airport navigation apps that some terminals require for gate updates, meaning overhead announcements are being reduced. So travelers who don't use smartphones or apps are missing gate changes and boarding calls, causing missed flights that seem to come out of nowhere. And airlines are now enforcing stricter seating weight distribution policies, which means last-minute seat changes can happen automatically to balance aircraft load, something that confuses many seniors who suddenly find their assigned seat changed without explanation. And on top of that, some airports now require digital health declarations again for certain international destinations, even if vaccines are no longer required, and failing to submit these online forms can stop you from boarding altogether. Another major change is the expanded pre-boarding eligibility verification, where seniors who previously boarded early now must digitally verify assistance needs through airline profiles. Otherwise, pre-boarding is denied, which feels humiliating to some travelers who are used to just walking up when announced. And let's talk about airport lounges, because many credit card and membership lounges now require QR entry check-ins only, meaning physical cards alone aren't accepted in 2026 at some locations. And seniors who aren't comfortable with digital wallets are being turned away. And even something as simple as charging your phone has changed, since some airports now limit public charging stations to short time windows unless you scan a boarding pass code, which confuses a lot of travelers who just want to sit and recharge. Plus, parking systems at many airports are now fully automated with license plate scanning, and seniors who prefer paying with cash are struggling because cash booths are disappearing fast. And one of the sneakiest new rules is the no-show penalty policy, where if you miss a flight segment, airlines can now automatically cancel your return flight without warning unless you digitally notify them within a short window, something many older travelers don't realize until it's too late. And all of this is happening quietly, without big announcements. Just updated policies buried in apps and emails most people don't read, which is why so many seniors are accidentally breaking rules in 2026 and paying the price with delays, lost luggage, missed connections, stress, and extra fees that can completely ruin a trip. But here's the good news. Once you know these changes, traveling becomes smoother than ever. And you can actually use these new systems to your advantage by updating your ID information ahead of time, registering medical liquids, downloading airport apps just for notifications, even if you don't love technology, switching to battery-free luggage, keeping prescriptions in original bottles, arriving a little earlier for biometric systems, and staying alert for digital check-in confirmations. And my biggest suggestion for all travelers, especially seniors, is to do a quick airport rule check before every trip in 2026, because regulations are changing faster than ever. Follow trusted travel tip channels like Golden Age Travel Tips. Sign up for airline alerts. And don't be afraid to ask airport staff questions early instead of waiting until something goes wrong. Because knowing these hidden rules ahead of time can save you hours of stress, hundreds of dollars, and make your airport experience calm, smooth, and enjoyable again. And if you want to keep traveling confidently without getting caught off guard by these new changes, make it a habit to stay informed. Prepare digitally, even just a little bit. And always double-check updated policies before heading out. Because smart preparation is now the real travel superpower in 2026,